The Japanese disaster came on the heels of the destructive earthquake that shook Christchurch, New Zealand, and it happened while the emergency coordinator for the Victoria Emergency Management Agency was in Christchurch on a fact-finding mission to see what lessons we can learn. Rob Johns is just back after seeing that devastation firsthand, and he joins us now on A News Live. Rob, thank you for being here. Let's talk a little bit about Christchurch in a sec, but before we do that, let's talk about the radiation plume. I'm not sure how much of an expert Mr. Grossman is about the effect it'll have on Vancouver Island, but you were on a conference call just a short time ago dealing with that. What did you find out?
Yeah, we've heard from the health experts at the federal and provincial government level that British Columbia currently does not have any risk from these radiation clouds, and they're not expected to either if the situation in Japan actually gets worse. So that's good news for us here in British Columbia.
And you're confident in what the health people are telling us, that there is nothing to fear?
Absolutely. I mean, these are colleagues of mine, and I absolutely trust them. I've got a family just like you do, Hudson, so yeah, we trust them.
Okay, let's talk about Christchurch, Rob, because, you know, how strange for you it must have been in a city that is in many ways almost identical to ours in Greater Victoria, to be there, seeing what they had gone through from their quake, and in the midst of it, it hits Japan. Describe what happened.
Yeah, well, for us, we were actually having dinner with some family that we'd met there, some people from the local university. They got a text message from their daughter in Japan telling them that a big earthquake had happened. We turned on the TV and, of course, saw the incredible images coming out of Japan. And having just, been in Christchurch for 4 days at that point, it was very surreal for me to see what was happening in Christchurch, but on a scale of perhaps 100 times more.
What can we learn in Greater Victoria from Christchurch? The cities are similar in their mix of old and new buildings and architecture. Geographically, they're not too much different, and the size is about the same. What can we take from their experience?
Yeah, well, you know, the biggest thing is take it seriously. The seismologists tell us that this is going to happen at some point in our future. Take steps in your home or your workplace to be prepared. And we've got lots of information out there in a variety of different sources, and take that in and actually take action.
What are they doing better than we are at this point, being prepared ahead of time?
Well, the New Zealanders are well-prepared people for earthquakes. They have them more often than we do, so they're better versed in it. And we can learn from that. We've got to increase our awareness with the public. And behind the scenes, we've got to build our capacity and go to a realm that we haven't perhaps reached yet in British Columbia, and just generally increase everything we're doing.
In the aftermath of Japan, Rob, the fear, of course, is the radiation plume for many. But what about the tsunami fears and what we saw that horrific wall of water doing there? What should we know and what should we prepare for in terms of a tsunami here?
Well, here in Greater Victoria, our maximum tsunami wave in the largest kind of earthquake is about 1.3 meters. So that's really the areas around our beaches. There's very few residential areas that would be impacted by that. That's a piece of good news, and that's based on very accurate science. If you live in Tofino or parts of the island on the west coast, it's a larger wave, and connect with your local emergency officials to find out where the safe areas are that you need to head to in case of a tsunami warning.
All right, Rob Johns, we'll leave it at that. We're out of time, but we thank you for joining us tonight and taking time for us.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.